welcome. This is Sahara playing Pillars of Eternity, Deadfire. We went back to our ship. I flirted with Takeo, so now we've kind of advanced that. The steward now finally wants to talk to me, and from what I understand, one of the DLCs that we can play through this game, through the main game, triggers. You know it triggers when she wants to talk to you, because she hasn't talked to us at all other than when we first started and landed on, when we first died, came back to the Defiant and shipwrecked. She hasn't talked to us since then. So anyway, a moment of your time, Watcher, if you will. The steward Acadenua's voice rises soft and evenly from her cracked bust. Yes, steward?
Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold.
After all this time now? How did a crate get onto my ship unnoticed?
Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies.
So what kind of crate?
It is roughly a yard to a side and labelled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew.
No beans in the crate then, huh? A wave of affirmation rose from the steward, the spiritual equivalent of a nod. Thank you, steward. I'll go see what it is.
The hand left the crate in the hold if you wish to examine it.
The bust falls into silence. Okay, quest updated. The proving. The steward has informed me that the crew has discovered a piece of cargo buried deep within the hull of the Defiant. I should return the Defiant to investigate this mysterious cargo. Well, I was already here. Honor among thieves. Okay, speak with Captain Ferrante at Denage. Yeah, I need to do that. This is the... So what this is the Beast of Winter, I think. No? I thought the Beast... Yeah, the Beast of Winter is the DLC. Huh. A group calling themselves the Harbingers of Dusk have invited me to attend a feast in their honor. Oh, I don't remember this. Read the wax-sealed letter. When was this? A leather scroll sealed with the emblem of the icons of my ship. I should read it when I have a chance. Invite me to a feast in my honor in Harbinger's watch in the dead flow. I must travel to Harbinger's watch this group's outpost in dead flow, an expanding iceberg in the southern seas? Okay, I don't remember that at all. Okay. So we need to speak to people. Does she have anything to say now?
Leave it to me.
Nope, she doesn't. All right, Schulte, what do you have to say? Well,
Don't let anyone tell you you're too shrimpy to be a fighter. I was half your age when I started training.
Okay.
I'm all ears.
So what do you have to say after everything that happened with, Aeolus?
Tell me what's on your mind.
Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even. I never knew nothingness could feel so warm. No need to fiddle-foot around. Sure thing, Watcher.
She didn't have anything to say after her little encounter with, Aeolus. Okay, here's Irina. Here is Yedwin.
Ado, Captain. Do you require my expertise?
No.
Yes. You only have to ask.
What's your opinion about what's happening with Aeolus? She lets out a wary laugh, her golden eyes twinkling.
I have to give Aeolus credit. He is the only one of his kind to see how corrupt and self-serving the gods are.
Yep.
Even better, his plan, mad as it is, must be sending the rest of his kind into a fit.
Yeah, it is.
Their days are numbered, and there is nothing they can do to stop what is coming.
Sound of frustration breaks from the back of Schulte's throat. Yeah, Anti-religious. Aren't you concerned about Aetus stopping the wheel? And you're happy about this. What's wrong with you? Aren't you worried about, yeah.
Not at all. Animancers will fix what the gods have perverted, and the republics will lead the way. With any luck, in a few generations, the names of the gods will be forgotten entirely.
Wow. Okay.
Even better, his plan, mad as it is, must be sending the
Okay. And down here to... he's just...
Let's get a move on.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything. How about you, Aloth?
Do you need something?
Oop, we already been through all this. How about Riki?
Here you are. Ask, please.
Nope.
Later, then.
I think he's just a side quest, too. Eater.
Hey, look who it is.
He doesn't have anything to say either. That seems to be everyone down here, so let us go check out this package. The scents of food, salt, spices, and drink mixed with the stale odor of old grass, the musty stink of rats, and the ever-present fragrance of the sea. The Defiant rocks gently, and you hear faint whispers, likely the quiet brushing of the winds against the sails. Not far in, you find the crate in question, its sides split by crowbars, the dry grass used as packing material spilled across the floor. Within stands an intricately crafted chest of some dark tropical wood. A polished besiege peers up at you, a triumvirate of wild animal faces carved in the swirling Huana style. The front of the chest bears an iron latch affixed to a complex iron mechanism that runs to the top four corners of the chest. You see no bolts or eye holes. Well, let's examine the carvings. Well, only I can do it, right? Failure. The three animals seem to be a spider, a stelgar, and a boar. You don't know if they have any greater significance. Well, Shulti's nose wrinkles at the images. I reckon this might be the Huana hunting god, like Gallowin, but not exactly. So, examine the latch. The clever mechanism ensures that the box remains tightly sealed. There is no lock and no trap. You should be able to open it safely. We'll open the chest. You turn the latch to the right and a series of metal arms shift with it. The clasps holding the top of the chest come free and you easily lift the lid. Laying within, cradled by dry grass, is an amana head. Oh my gosh! The mottled flesh of its neck raggedly cut free from the rest of its body, wherever that might be. Are they sending me a message here? You peer down at the grim cargo. I can't say I was expecting a head, not even a little. Want me to fetch my lantern? As you peer down at the head, you feel a strange prickling sensation along your skin. Soul energy rises from the crate, throbbing in the air in time with the beating of your heart. It begins to take shape before you. Oh my gosh.
You can see me. It's really you then, the captain of the Defiance.
It's the Defiant, but yes. You've got the wrong captain? It's the Defiant, but yes.
Oh, this is fantastic. How satisfying it is to know one did not give one's life in vain.
So you killed yourself?
I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid.
How did you know who I was?
Besides you being the only non-Adra thing glowing like a campfire for miles? That will be difficult to explain before you visited the island. Suffice it to say, someone brought us something from your battle with the Drake off the coast of Maje Island.
Okay.
We learned a tremendous amount about you and your abilities from it.
So who was this we?
Well, there's me, obviously. And then there's the caretaker, Humaire. She was the one who killed me and put my head in that box. And I suppose the people and souls of the island, as well.
So, who are you?
Me, Muatu, formerly of the island of Kazuwari, presently of the Beyond.
So, how'd you come to be dead?
An unfortunate side effect of encountering a swiftly moving blade at roughly shoulder height. Yes, we had to get a messenger to you, but we couldn't let me be seen leaving Kazuwari. An inelegant solution, maybe, but an efficient one.
You're more excitable than most of the spirits I meet. I do talk to the living too, you know. I do talk to the living too, you know.
Of course. But anyone can do that. Well, nearly anyone. Not me, because of, you know.
Because you had yourself killed, okay.
I came from Kazuwari, where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers, the deadliest warriors all gather to earn the favor of Tawamawai.
Tawamawai worship primarily by a small subset of animist Amana native to the Deadfire, sometimes called the faces of the hunt, has been generally with Galawan by travelers from outside. Okay.
But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear.
I'm the greatest warrior. Why haven't I heard about this place? No, who is Tamarawani?
The faces of the hunt, that which hunts, kills, and endures, respectively. Some believe them to be the tripartite aspects of Galawain. Not that I would know, I've never asked them. We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said, and souls are our problem. You're a watcher, right? The watcher, the one who died and lived again, who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need.
So more like God gets spoken at by gods, yeah.
I knew it. I knew Humaire wouldn't have lied. You will help, won't you?
You mentioned to my favor I could use a little divine favor. Why in the God's name would I want to help you? If I help, I'll help if I can. What do you need me to do? You mentioned Taiwashin's favor. I could use a little divine favor.
The favor comes in many forms, all of them wondrous. Tawamawai is very generous to the strongest among us. Speak to Humaire at Kazuwari, Watcher. She'll be able to better explain the situation than I am.
Where is Kazuwari?
Kazuwari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss, what with the high cliffs and waterfalls.
Have I been there? West of yeah, over here?
There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and leaves the island. But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect.
I'm sure I've been there before, but I didn't have this quest.
I guess you should also know. The island's residents might not take too kindly to your presence if you're found. They're, prickly bunch. But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you.
Before you have a chance to respond to the spirit's warning, you notice Constantina hovering nervously behind you. Oh, is this going to come into play with him? Do you need something?
No, I just...
He clears his throat.
Thing is, I might know something about that box there. A little more than something.
Okay, so this is his... I did hear that he does have something to do with the quest. He doesn't have his own personal quest, I don't think, but he did have something to do with another quest. I don't know.
All I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to touch it. Maybe we tie a big rock to it and throw it overboard. Right now.
I'm going to need a bit more to go on than that.
It's a box with a dead man's head in it.
Then how'd you know that? Well, actually, there's a spirit in the head, too.
Great. That's great.
You seem to know a lot about this. Why is that?
Maybe we should talk about it later. You seem to have your hands full.
Hey, hello? I'm still here. Are you going to help us? We could really use the help.
Helping people who don't want my help sounds like fun. I'm not interested in fixing your problems. Yeah, helping people who don't want my help, sure, sounds like fun.
They're really not so bad once you get to know them. They're almost nice. Well, no, that's a lie. But Humare's all right. Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you want me to, I wouldn't want to presume. In the meantime, I'll be here, well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.
I've gained an item. Additional effects, minus aid. The severed head feels about as heavy as a coconut. It smells faintly of embalming spices with thyme and lavender standing out in the subtle bouquet. A soul bound to the decaying flesh rises in a dormant state, but the right incentive could usher it back to awareness for a limited span of time. The welder summons to their side. Attacks kill the welder if they are nearby and become more powerful as he is empowered by the souls of the crucible. Okay. Quest approving. So the package contains the severed head of Amani. He wishes to come to the island. I can approach via waterfall on the island's southern shore. And the companion is going to be, yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to be him. I have to remember that. Interesting. Okay, so I have a head now. Where would this even go? In here? Oh, it goes as a trinket. I see. Interesting. How many left? I have 2 left of that.
Hey, that's not bad.
Okay. Very interesting. Can I speak to her now about what I found?
Why not?
Nope. Let's go out on deck then, see if there's anyone else here who has anything to say. The galley. Tikio, we just had a flirtation with him.
We are actually going to Ukaizo.
Tikio turns his colorless gaze towards you, unfocused but full of concern.
The tribes will look to me to bridge our past and our future. A heavy responsibility, I say.
You're too quick to cave to pressure. This should empower you, not paralyze you. This should empower you, yep.
The praise they showered on Ngati's chosen. Until now, it all seemed an empty gesture. Never a promise that I could fulfill. I was the toast of Nekataka. But all of that is behind me. I must turn away from delights and think of the tribes.
Yes, you must.
Ukaizo will show us the way. The tribes will find themselves again.
He touches a spot on his forehead, his gaze unfocused with a momentary sense of awe.
I would discover what our ancestors forgot. The Covenant is more important than ever.
The tribes are unified but vulnerable. Kazi could make them strong again. Learn what you can from Wakaiza, but let the tribes find their own way. The future of the Huana is in Morari hands. Have faith in that. Wakaiza belongs to all the people of the Deadfire. You have a duty to serve them. Yeah, let's go with number 1.
I will give it thought. There is time enough for that, at least.
He nods, weighing your words with care.
Ukaizo should be the discovery of our lifetime. With the trading companies and the Principe ready to descend on each other, I wish the island had kept its secrets a while longer.
The road around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull centering from Tikihu's soul.
It pains me to see my boy so conflicted. Questions tear at his heart, and the ache reaches me even here.
Andra props her jaw on her fist and regards you coolly. Andra doesn't like me.
If you continue to encourage him, his life will grow more complicated. He will be the savior his people want. Someone to drag their past into the present.
She shrugs as if the distinction is nothing to her. He will be the savior his people want. Someone to drag their past into the present. Well, of course his life's going to grow more complicated. He needs to grow up. He needs to quit thinking just about himself, right?
Empires have fallen since I favored the Juana with power and wisdom. How they wield it is their choice. Just see that my boy comes to no harm.
Before you have a chance to react, Andra claps her hands and your surroundings assert themselves once more.
There is much to consider, and little time to decide our course. I fear that we will see the path before us before we are ready to walk it. My thoughts swim in deep waters, Captain.
Tikio bites down on his thumb and glances away.
The problems of the Deadfire were never simple. Now they have grown too many tentacles by far. Is there still time for us? The captain and the handsome fish?
Tikio winces, voicing the idea seems to have brought him real pain. I need you like a fish needs water. We both need this. Oh. I care about you, Tikio. I'll make the time.
Then ignore my worries, I say. Ngati would not have us wallow in concern.
Tikio sighs his shoulder, releasing some of their tension.
Considering all that vies for our attention, I wondered if I could indulge you in a diversion.
What are you up to, Tikio?
I say we are both overworked, poorly rested, and deserving of an evening to ourselves. Arrangements have been made in the Wild Mare. I wondered if you would join me.
Arrangements? I'm intrigued. Let's go.
Akira, wonderful, I say. To the mare, then.
Tikio claps his hand and grins. Okay, so what happens when we go to the Wild Mare? Okay, we got Nia over here. We got Aura the Mad. And... okay, so we've got Maya up here. Where is, oh, she's downstairs, that's right.
So, it's to be Ukaizo. The last great arena of this contest. If you believe that sort of thing. Planting a flag in the sands of Ukaizo is a great way to hang a target on your back.
Afraid of danger all of a sudden? We set sail for Aeltis, not an island.
Glad to hear that a practical opinion can still shout over the masses. I just want to know that we're doing this for the right reason. So far, I'm unconvinced. Until I see Ukaizo for myself, it's a bedtime story. Let the poets hang their hopes on a dream. Rawatai's navy should be better than this.
Tikio raises his finger to speak up, but slowly lowers. Okay, sounds like you have personal reservations. What does Ukaizo mean to you?
Ukaizo has fooled everyone into sacrificing and compromising for the ultimate prize of what? Getting there first?
Yep, that's about it.
Even if we succeed, not everyone's gonna make it back to sing the tale of lost Ukaizo.
Ukaizo means something different to everyone, all the more reason to get there first. Sounds like you have personal reservations.
Ukaizo isn't a fortress in the path of shipping lanes. We don't even know if this mythical island has any defensive value.
Maya throws her arms up. Her bird dances back with ruffled feathers and an irritated squawk.
When this campaign is spread across razor-thin margins, how does the company plan on sustaining a garrison half the world away in uncharted seas?
True.
All the powers imagine that Ukaizo is a symbol for control. And they're willing to bet everything that they're right.
So Ukaizo means nothing different to everyone. It means something different, yeah.
If only to prove them all wrong at once. Thanks for letting me squawk in your ear like a Shiza after too much shark meat. I needed that.
She sighs and cracks her neck with both hands. Do you have
Go
other
on, then.
questions? Nope. Okay. So let's talk to Seraphim.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Nope, he doesn't. He has nothing to say. Other than to flirt. Do we want to flirt with him?
Ahoy, Captain. What can I can't.
Short blue and historic happens to be my type. That was quite the pair of pistols you were packing when we first met.
Oh, appreciate the sentiment, Cap, but, let's not make things uncomfortable.
Hi. Really? I thought we could, flirt, right?
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you? I can't.
The sea seemed particularly calm today. Almost makes you want to make some waves.
Oh, appreciate the sentiment, Cap, but, let's not make things uncomfortable.
Okay, so it's just flirting, but nothing else. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, that's right. I went to change my party when we got accosted by the steward. Because I have to have... Get rid of you. You. I don't think we need her now. We need Seraphim and we need TQ. But she's the healer. She's got more healing than anyone. Okay. We're doing this because we need to talk to the Queen. And Takeo needed to be with me. Okay, so I'm going to pause to get up there. Okay, this person was talking when I came by, and I don't remember if I've ever talked to him before.
Well, now, if there were any woman here worthy of a grand reception, the guards here will not listen. Will you, ma'am? Myself? I am no lord save upon the deck of my ship. And she is lost.
What's the matter?
I lost my crew. All but myself and the bosun, yet nobody will listen. Not the Queen, nor the trading companies. Too busy waging war upon each other to pay mind to a rudderless captain. They don't understand. It's not just me. What lies out there, it'll swallow us all up if it isn't stopped.
What do you mean?
It were unnatural. The Antelope were a fine ship, and we sailed her out east, out of Kahanga waters and into the great wet country. Bright sky and a good wind. Until the fog came.
Are you talking about the hanging?
We were boarded before we knew it. Men, things like men that howled like demons. They cut down half my crew, took the rest. Gods forgive me, but if I'd stayed to look on, I'd never have made it to the launch. But we saw it. After the fog cleared and the ship was gone, a spit of land, bristling with the wreckage of other unfortunates.
Oh, really?
A finer crew I'll not find than that which served upon the Antelope. All dragged into the fog, like the gods plucked them off the deck.
So then the crew is dead?
Mayhaps. But still there is something out there, not slavers, nor snake men. Out there at the edge of the Deadfire, in the dark corners of the world. I am a landlocked wretch with no ship and no crew. But you are a captain of bold repute, and the day may come you sail out to that same isle, with beached ships all around. You have listened well. Here, go you now prepared. And should you ever come upon my crew, do what you can for them.
I already have a cloak of protection. This might be... No, it's only worth 50.
I remember that story for scaring little kids.
Okay, so I've got some leveling up to do. You need to come up... Oops, you need to go over here. Shote, you come down here. Okay. So... Well... You know... You're a cyber, so shouldn't you have Generally increasing kind of knowledge of all things magical that do not deal with metaphysics. Oh, his is metaphysics, that's right. Okay. Let's do explosives and survival. Then you get one. I think you already have this one. You do. Okay. A Soul's Echo. The Cypher spell. The target will convert some of their hits to crit. Time Parasite. By siphoning power from enemy souls, the Cypher is able to slow them down and increase their own action speed. Defensive Mind Web. That one was weird. Disintegration. That's another weird one. What is this one? The Cypher uses the target's strength of mind against it, stealing a portion of his resolve in order to gain the steadfast inspiration. Amplified thrust. What level are we now? Level 17, and I think we get to level 19? I think, right? Uncanny luck. Let's do that. And then Q. Deals with the natural and supernatural properties of plants, body parts, and yeah, he would need that, I think. But you actually need athletics because you need your better second wind. Metaphysics in between deals with okay. I know I've applied some of these wrong. He's a druid. Great Soul increases the maximum number of times and power can be used. Alright, so Avenging Storm. The druid becomes a conduit for the power of a storm. That sounds good. Entropy tears at the target's defenses, shifting attack results against the target from hits to crit. Regenerate. Revive fallen ally and grant them the... Oh. Okay. You use these. So now you have regenerate. Good. Okay. Sometimes you just really have to pay attention to what's going on.
Thank you again. The Harapo epic is in the right hands at last.
All right. I think we need to come up here. Because we need to go to the patio, to the rooftop. And this is actually kind of small. I mean, compared to what we've just been going through, you know?
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I did that the last time I was here. Okay. So we have to tell them about the water shapers, and I let the dragon go. She's not gonna be too happy with us. Alright.
Every corner of the Deadfire babbles of the devastation from Magrin's teeth.
The queen wears a furrow down her brow that looks fixed in place.
And Aothis marches on Ukaizo while I juggle armloads of enemies. This is no coincidence. Nagati is testing me, I say.
It certainly feels that way.
If you've spent any time in the Deadfire at all, the myth of lost Ukaizo can be no mystery.
Wasn't it the capital of the... Tikiu believes he can find Nagate's original covenant on Okazo.
And what does Tekehu say to this?
She pivots in her chair to face him.
My Ngati would want me to recover what we'd left behind.
You know the goddess's heart. When you find what you seek, I hope you remember those who showed you the way.
Akira, to be sure, I say.
They say the beaches of Ukaizo spanned impossible horizons, and its towers graced the light of distant stars.
She blinks up to the sky, her gaze tracing an unseen shape.
At night, I even... but it is nothing.
She waves the matter aside as if brushing at a moth. So, have you been dreaming, Okaizo, Highness?
Akira, since I was a child.
Do your dreams ever wake you in the dark of the night to find yourself trembling and tangled in blankets soaked with sweat? Do you ever open your eyes feeling both fearful and sick?
Blink and the Queen folds her arms and looks down, looks from Schulte back to you.
Curious company you keep, Watcher.
Yeah.
No? Just me then?
When I close my eyes, I stand before the gates of Ukaizo. There are always 3. For what would there be 3 gates?
She furrows her brow and shakes her head, clearly a question she has asked herself many times before.
I do not say I am meant to go, but the gods. They want the Huana to return and reclaim what we lost.
The gods certainly aren't above picking favorites.
For what do the tribes not fight each other? For what are we united if not to take back lost Ukaizo?
The Queen shows her teeth. It's difficult to tell if she's smiling or grimacing.
Under Wodika's gaze do we keep order. Atop Nagati's seas are we tested. From Ikuhu's bowels do we carry wisdom back to the tribe.
You sure that's wisdom?
Yeah.
Revelation comes from unlikely places, soldier. I say you should have learned this on the battlefield. The gods want this for us, I say. We have come this far to restore order and earn back our empire. So, Watcher, do we unite and sail for Ukaizo?
The Queen eases forward in her throne and studies you unblinking. I'd be honored to sail under your banner in the search for... If I go under anybody's, it's going to be the Huanas. If you can help me get to Aeltis, I'll help get you to Ukaizo. Huana already lost Ukaizo once, I doubt Bailey will make the same mistake. Radatai has an equal... No, you're wrong to exclude them. The Principe need to solidify their place in the Deadfire. No, if you can help me get to Aeltis, I'll help get you to Ukaizo. Yes.
Akira, to Ukaizo and the prosperity of the Huana.
She inclines her head and raises her fingers to her brow.
You bear witness to the work of the gods. It seems they are not finished with you yet.
Nope.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
She raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
She pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me, what happened?
Nagati invaded the guild to rescue... The Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon. The Watcher Shaper Guild is a mess on account of some snake and a dragon. The guild had a very, very sizable infestation. Okay, now Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The Queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
Tequila folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes the Queen to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Well, Guildmaster Myru is dead. Bikiki captured the dragon long ago and built a guild around his prison. Well, the guildmaster is dead.
No! To lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us? Tekehu, my sympathies. I know yours was a turbulent apprenticeship.
Makera, the guild, they fought bravely, Highness.
Send every bird for my master water shapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now.
A pair of attendants bolted to attention and scrambled down the stairs. The queen nurses her brow and sighs.
I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
So, the dragon agreed to lend the water shaper his strength to protect the archipelago. Piki captured the dragon long ago and built a guild around his prison, yep.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept.
She sighs, cradling her chin on her palm.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
She cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Rangahauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, the queen leans back in her throne and considers.
Makera, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
Yep, I agree.
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
The queen turns back to you, leaving Takiho to pull on his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
Well, the dragon's prison wards strengthen the souls of your water shapers. The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison. All I know is that anyone who learned water shaping here leached off the dragon's soul. Yeah, the forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her, all at the cost of this beast's freedom. If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if the queen feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher, if the power of this beast strengthened our guild?
Total quest experience 13,000. I set him free. Nothing in the queen's onward bearing changes, but the silence of the rooftop garden feels especially oppressive. Then you notice the scratching sound of her nails in the armrest of her chair, and her tigers glance up at you with sudden attentiveness.
No, I say! Nagati close her teeth around your boat and Wodika scrawl your name in her log of disgrace.
It is a poor ruler who doesn't recognize what is under her feet, Queen. But the gilded is wrong. I said it right. Yep. Well, but still, it is a poor ruler who doesn't recognize what is under her feet.
How dare you!
She sits back in her throne to the gasps of her attendants, all of whom give up any pretense of ignoring your exchange.
If my apprentices struggle to learn Nagati's art, then we have no hope of replenishing the ranks. And I do not have the luxury of patience. I cannot keep Rawatai in check if they do not recognize our strength. The guild can outlast this, but our enemies will test us beyond what we can endure.
I didn't set out to damage the Hanai. I guess it's time to see if your rivals have any work available. This is my thanks for the help I gave your brother. Yeah, I didn't set out to damage the Huana cause, Highness. Actually, you guys are doing bad.
Then you are nothing but a fish puppet Ngati sent to trick us with cheap lures of hope. Even in desperate times, this falls beneath the expectations of the Kahanga crown. You may see yourself out.
A wave of concerned whispers crosses from one end of the rooftop to the other. Well, I suppose I'm going to Kazi without you then. Would you simply hand an ally to your competitors? She winces. An expectant murmur grows among the onlookers of the rooftop garden.
Wait. Water Shapers have kept this city in the hands of the Kahanga. A queen cannot do this alone.
She looks up you, a deep furrow cleaving her brow.
You may work off your debt to the crown. I will swallow my pride if it keeps an ally under my roof.
The tension in the garden begins to ebb with the softening of the queen's tone. Thank you for the second chance. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I didn't do wrong. You're the ones who are doing wrong.
Akira, perhaps you are wise to hold your tongue. My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. The Huana are strong, but our foes are stronger, richer, more relentless still. I say that the gods have delivered us an advantage we sorely need. It is beyond time that we rid ourselves of the trading companies.
She closes her eyes and draws in breath, grateful to say the words aloud.
We have studied the chart of our ancestors, seen the Deadfire as they saw it. Matario Kozi will lead us home again. It used to be that the strength of the trading companies grew by the lengths of an eel's belly. Now they grow fast and unchecked, feeding off all they find. It is my responsibility to defang the serpent before it bites down on my neck, and I need all the help I can get. My guards apprehended a Valian agent prowling in the shadows of the Brass Citadel.
The queen thumbs her chin and studies your reaction.
By his own admission, he was there to blow up Rawatai's black powder stores.
Wait, are we going to blow something up? That would be an act of war.
Akira, incredible, is it not? And legally sound as far as the Republics are concerned. You must pick up where the Valian agent left off.
She holds your gaze, letting silence carry the weight of her words.
Ooh, we be all ears and enough, your royal deviousness.
Grinning hungrily, Seraphim rubs his palms together. So as to be sabotaged, then.
Aruihi wants a more direct confrontation. One day this will be practical. For now, we must take what opportunities the gods give. After the powder house is destroyed, our prisoner's testimony will point the way to Director Castol. You must not fail me.
Her thoughts hit you like a drum-like percussion.
You will have to infiltrate the powder stores east of the Brass Citadel docks. I leave it to you to live by the sword or walk by the shadows. Here, the agent's explosive.
She passes you an explosive device and motions for you to speak freely, a timed explosive. Okay, this device combines a gunpowder charge with a timing mechanism, giving the saboteur a chance to place the charge and escape before detonation. A bold move, Highness. Count me in. Yes.
For Ngati, I say you must be a tricksome fish. For Wodika, I say order must be restored. The gods will thank you, but not half as much as the Huana.
So, a new quest, taking out the traitors. Infiltrate the gold powder house. Okay. So, we're going to war with them, which I knew we were going to. Eventually.
Watcher, something on your mind?
It If you want to reach Kuwazi first, we're going to need allies.
Akira. My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong. You dealt with them peacefully on Motare Okozi. I am hoping you can make lightning strike a second time. The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading company see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's Iron Fleet.
Sure, I'll make contact with the Huaki and hope for the best. If I encounter any Huaki on my travels, I consider a proposal. What questions?
Ask. I would not have you journeying to Oryokoiki uninformed.
So, what do you seek to gain from this alliance?
Akira, beyond what their warriors and sailors bring to the fight for Ukaizo, the Huana are always stronger together than we were apart. I want the Wahaki to remember this. Today, we are tribes, united under the gods. Tomorrow, we can be an empire, and the Deadfire our protected haven.
So, Owaki, the cursed land of corpses?
The corpses refer to the pungent koiki trees. The curse. There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for koiki.
I'd like to know more about the Wakaki.
It is said the Wahaki did unspeakable things to survive the downfall of our ancestors, cannibalizing the injured and making blood sacrifices to the gods. As the dust settled, the other tribes learned to keep their distance from the tribe. Those who do not think like my brother say the Wahaki never recovered from the loss of Ukaizo.
So the Waki warned us about entering. I believe they are good at heart.
If you would judge them on the basis of one chance meeting, that is your risk to take.
Okay, heard enough.
Then you will seek out the Wahaki and bring their strength to the Kahanga?
I'll make contact with the Waki and hope for the best.
Sail for the Isle of Oryokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Nekataka.
We've already been there.
There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. I'll remember that.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
Okay, so we got some more quests. Oh my gosh, keep getting more and more quests, right?
What say, burglar? Thanks to you, I must negotiate with Arkemir for more security.
You've been in my head. So why do you put up with the trading companies?
Because we are the shrub in the shadow of an old growth. Even the gods may protest, but this city blooms from the wealth of foreigners.
Yep, it does.
Aruihi would have me force them back to their ships. I say it is better to feed my allies under a single roof.
So, I wish to discuss the Huana.
We are the stewards of the Deadfire. Our ancestors made this pact with the goddess Nagati long before Ukaizo, before the island vanished.
How long has the Huana been here?
How long does coral grow? It is said the tribes assembled when Kohopa took his first mouthful of Amira's hatchling, and we will be here until the sea rises above our heads.
So you mentioned a pact with Nagate.
The one which taught us to shape water. It is said that Nagati bound her 4 guardians to protect the islands, the Adra, the seas, and the tribes. In return, she gifted them the forms of water shaping. For so long as our promise is kept, the goddess gives us dominion over water. Did I do your mother justice, Takehu?
Akira, Somewhere in the abyss, she blinks her enormous eyes with approval, I say.
Speak on. A friend of the crown should be well informed, I say.
You've been in my head since we first met.
Ah, Akira. But listen how the Watcher flatters me.
She chuckles to herself and shares a smile with the attendant in earshot. When her gaze swivels back to you, a presence like a storm cloud settles over your thoughts.
I cannot plant a seed in untilled soil. Akira, I want for there to be trust between us.
She raises her eyebrows to make sure you're paying attention.
The trading companies send spies to every corner of the mountain. I say there are places they cannot go.
Masked beneath a casual gesture of scratching her cheek, the queen taps the side of her head. If you can't feel at home in your palace, communication is the least of your concerns. I understand, Highness.
But you did not climb all the way up the mountain to pay compliments, I say.
You feel a light tug as the mental connection breaks for now. She settles back in her chair and nods at you, her eyes strained to her attendants only briefly. You keep interesting pets, Highness.
Fine beasts, are they not? Gifts from the Wapua, a tribe of proud animal trainers. I named them Kohopa and Tangaloa, which makes the priests very unhappy. Aruihi thinks I should feed my enemies to them alive and screaming. Akira, I have given it thought.
She pats Tangagola on her head, not content to let the attention go astray. Kohopa shifts over until his ears are under the queen's fingers. So tell me about Nikitaka.
Nikitaka is older than our memory. We found the great city in ruins, and the Kahanga have spent generations replacing every cracked stone.
Who built Nikitaka?
The Huana, of course. The mark of our ancestors runs deep. Walls and districts are not how we would build a city today, but this place has echoes of the past. And our future, I say, if we can but reach to grasp it.
So this is a Huana city, but the trading companies are both represented here.
The Valians were very forthright in their desire to carve out a permanent outpost, I say. When cannon shot echoed across the seas, the Crown opened negotiations with Rawatai's armada. A healthier alternative to war. My brother thinks I am too lenient with our visitors. I say I will accept even this uneasy balance.
For now, because now we're at war with them, right?
A question of my own.
She steeples her fingers and observes you closely.
This city is not how the tribes would live. Walls stand between neighbors, and the beach is too far to walk comfortably. There are angles of this city I cannot see from my garden. What place has Nikitaka in the great pattern of the Deadfire?
Nikitaka is the future, a path ahead for the Huana. The city is a reflection of the past. It's a poor one. I've seen what lies at the bottom. It isn't pretty, Highness. You occupy this place which you found but did not build. Time will tell if it is good. I've seen what lies at the bottom. It isn't pretty, Highness. Yep.
Bottoms seldom are, I say.
Do we still speak of the city? I have lost track.
Akira, my thanks for your perspective. I say you give me much to consider.
So I want to discuss your little plan with the powder house.
You have your mission, Watcher. We do not need to discuss it further.
She gives you a look that offers no opening for discussion.
Now, with that out of the way, is there nothing else?
Okay, I think we've covered everything. Interesting. Nope, okay. So, that was a lot of talking, I know. Well, we got all these new quests now, and we had to get things kind of settled out. So first she was happy with us, and she was mad with us, and then I convinced her to take us on. Right? And I went the wrong way. Of course I did. I need to go over here. This is how I got up here. Right here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to close down this episode. It's an hour. So, I got to decide what I want to do next. Do I want to go do Da Nang? I mean, there's quests I need to get updated. And you know they're gonna want me to go with them, the Principe, and I'm not going to. But he's gonna be mad at me because I got rid of the slavers, right? Which he doesn't know about yet. So if you're enjoying,
For
click
what
like.
is Aethys, the god of light? Does he hold the sun in the sky?
Yeah, actually. The sun wakes for Aethys, dead or alive. You got a problem with that?
Kara, he steals the light from others.
You want a bloody nose, fish face. Keep talking.
Okay, anyway, on that note, if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.